So today we're going to talk about self-defense, basically principles of self-defense. Some of the principles being, or one of the most important principles being, the best block is just to not be there. So basically the best block is a dodge. So if someone's coming at you, just get right out of the way. Just get right out of the way. Now in the instances that you can't get out of the way, which is to say that someone is coming straight at you, so your center line. So your center line is basically the imaginary line that is your spine, but that runs from the floor all the way up through your body at all times. So even if I'm doing this, I still have a center line, you know? And exactly. The principles are just rolling on that center line to guide and move anything away from you. And some of the easiest and basic blocks to remember are, while something is coming at you, an inside forearm wrist block, right? So you're blocking with this part, and as you're coming in, you're kind of twisting. So like twist. Okay. But you don't want to move too far out because you want to stay within your energy field. So only when something comes to you, when it comes into your zone, because here I can't hurt you, right? But if I come here, now I can. But so that is one block, but easier block, right, is if let's put our hands just like this, and we're going to take this hand and just rotate it out. Back to center, rotate it out, back to center. So we have our center line, and then on the center line, we're going to split our body into 4 quadrants. So your upper right, upper left, lower right, lower left, exactly. And depending on which side, you want to maneuver towards or guide towards, that's the way that hand's going to come up. So if I'm coming straight at you, we're going to do inside and guide, but not. You see how your arm is, because past your shoulder, nothing is going to hurt you. Okay. So there's no more need to really, guide, because too far there, if I slip, now you have to come back and go a longer distance, versus if you're here and I try to slip, you can just follow my hands, and you can feel, how you don't even have to lose contact with me, which is a big part of self-defense, because once you have made contact, you're in control. It might not feel that way at first, but as long as you're guiding where you want me to go, you know what I mean? I'm yours. Even if I'm putting pressure towards you, you're just redirecting that force, right? Exactly. Okay. Right? Exactly. So, for the upper gates, if something's coming at you, we're gonna just, block or block. Kind of like that Daniel-san wax on, wax off movement, where you're thinking of, Now you can do it with either palm out or palm in.
Can you do palm out to, or palm in to palm out?
Mm-hmm. That's one of the next moves we're gonna, exactly. And you're so good. No, seriously, because by doing that, by coming palm out or palm in to palm out, now you gain control, right? Now you can open the person up to do a whole other number of things, right? Whole list of things. But once you have control, once you're controlling the energy, it's almost like you're the main partner of the dance. You know what I mean? They're no longer dictating what the dance is going to be. You're dictating what the dance is going to be. Cool. Right? And the same thing for the lower, here and down. If I'm trying to, do anything down, just wait and guide, right? Come and meet. So you want to intercept and then deflect, right? So, so I'm coming and deflect. And you don't have to go that far out.
What do I do with my lower body?
What do you mean?
What is my focus down here?
Oh, so your focus here is with your legs, you're just looking to shift that weight. So if I'm coming in, an even better way besides just upper torso is to, shift that weight and then to guide. Okay. And then shift, guide. Okay. And especially so, if I'm coming in at you, yep, you want to shift away from it. Yeah.
Cool.
And then guide. Or you can shift away and then just strike and push.
Okay.
You know? That way, you don't even give, because most people are going to come at you and do this and this,
When
right?
it starts happening fast, I'm like, oh.
But you don't even have to, because like 1 and then straight 2, I don't even get a chance to,
Right, 'cause I've already
you know?
pushed you.
Or if I'm doing 1 and then 2, you still have here and then circled both down.
Like that?
So like if you're coming at me, right?
Okay.
Slow. So if you're coming at me, 1, other one, 2, circle.
Wow. Oh, cool.
You feel
okay,
it?
Yeah.
And that circle and pull motion
Okay.
is off balancing you, but I'm still on balance.
So that was like when I came in the center.
So if I'm
I would go
here,
like this?
yep, you're gonna meet, and then you're gonna meet,
And then
and now
like pull.
guide, yep, intercept and guide.
Wow. Okay. So that doesn't feel like I'm doing that much.
You're really not, especially if you're pulling towards yourself,
That's better?
not pushing down, but like
I want to
pulling,
pull towards me. Like this way.
yep. Because especially because now I'm doing this, instead of going straight down, I have to lean. You see how you're breaking my energy field?
Then what do I do? Like just.
Exactly, you just guide me. So then we'll go slow. So then if we're here, remember, from here, you're just shifting away from whatever is coming at you. So if you even want, so what I like to do is like Buddha's palm, and I like to think of it as anything coming at this center line, I'm just going to guide away from me with those palms. So if something's coming towards you, yep, either outside, or you could even do that hand inside. You know?
Just keep it here.
Either way, you're just going to meet and then redirect.
Can I just use my other hand to help this hand do the thing I want it to do?
You can,
I
but
feel like there's more power if I do that.
the only problem with that is if,
Oh, then I need.
yeah, that's the only other thing. Because if you get someone and they're, for whatever reason, able to still do that, but your other hand is here,
I can't
and
just
so,
do it.
no, but it's a longer
It
distance.
is, yeah, so I should keep it basically in front of me.
Yeah. You want to try to be able to do this with
Right,
one
so
hand.
I want to just like, yeah, I got you.
You're just rolling away. Yep.
And then what?
And then from here, since we're already here, if you push the hand, like, oh, don't let go of this, right? Push. And
Just down.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. Oh, that's so good.
and there's nothing that person can do because you're bending the wrist
Yeah.
on that fulcrum. And you're applying pressure straight into their hand.
Okay.
Right? The wrist can only bend so far, and you got to keep pushing. And what you're doing is this bottom hand is pushing up as this top hand pushes down. So you're folding, you're literally, folding that person's hand in on itself. And the more you keep that pressure, that press, because that's the press from Tai Chi, the more you keep that, the harder it is for them to do anything.
Okay.
I don't care who they are, when they feel pain, they're going down. So again, that one is,
So,
to go to that one, it's outside circle block,
and then
scoop,
and then
press
down.
hand, yes.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay.
And that's the same thing for if we're doing, if we're doing this, right? So this one, grab the fingers. We're not gonna spin. We're going to do this, and as soon as you get the hand in this position where the pinky is facing up, you're going to push, yes. Woo-hoo. You're going to push down on this wrist, right here with those fingers up, and you're going to pull those up as you push, yes. Yeah, since your goal is to just get them off of you, right? And then from here, especially because I have the second hand, from here, I'm circling and just guiding again, you know? And if I can get my elbow behind their elbow, I can keep that pressure.
Okay.
And if I need, I can break, which is pushing and pulling, pull, push,
Yeah.
right? And that can also be this.
How do I do that?
Here, grab me again. Other side.
Oh yeah, watch my finger.
All good. So we'll circle, right? And once I have, so we'll circle, and with the other hand, we're going to grab your hand. so that you can't get away.
Okay.
And from here, once I have your hand turned with the pinkies up, I can break out, I can grab, I can keep hold of your hand, and then just step in and press.
It's so delicate.
It is. The arm is not really meant to bend this way.
Yeah.
And you feel how your shoulder, all of your body is contorting. And any little pressure is going to send you away. So if I'm doing it, yeah, because of that hand. No. So if you're going to
Out here.
fingers,
Okay.
and then circle around, yes.
Okay.
And then if I, from here, because my hand can't grab you anymore, take this hand, and just slide it up.
And then just go like this.
Yes. Yep. So, no, that one towards you.
This one towards me and this one again.
Yes.
Okay.
Always that dual energies. So always like, even if you go to punch something, you're technically pulling and pushing. Like when we do repulse the monkey, you're pulling and pushing.
Right.
It's that dual energies working for you. Because you could just do this, but if I'm doing together, now my whole body, yes, is working in tangent. Yes.
Yeah.
Feel it?
Yeah, that's like holding on and letting go at the
Yeah.
same time.
And then especially, yes, just like you're doing, if you're shifting your weight too, adds a whole other dimension to it. Because most of the energy you're going to generate is going to come from your legs. It's not really going to come from the upper body and stuff. It has to come from the legs, pass through your energy sphere, and then go somewhere.
From the earth.
So roll back is a more relaxed motion where you're like guiding something. So roll back is the thing where like you're guiding the arm away, right? Pluck is if something like this. I'm trying not to, but pluck is for a
Right.
pulling
Okay.
of a joint.
Yeah, I feel it.
To get them
interesting.
off balance.
That's so wild.
Yeah.
Right, so if I'm activated with you, it's really easy to pluck me.
Well, because
Like so crazy.
you're putting so much
like-
energy.
How would I do it from here?
So from here,
We're like this.
so if I'm on you like this, I would grab and
Pull that way.
twist down, yes.
Like this way.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Again, using that circular motion, because if I'm on you here and you just try to pull straight down,
Yeah, there's nothing there.
it's
I
not
have
as
to go like
easy.
this.
Yes.
Yeah,
Whoa.
okay, that's cool.
And you feel that like out to in motion.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
I feel it. You gotta take them out of the
Just
engagement and then back
even when
into
we
it.
do this or a grab or something,
Yeah,
you want to go out and, then in.
in, yeah.
Yes.
I see. When you're like driving a car, it's like that too. Around the turn, you don't just go around the turn. You go out and then around.
Yes. But in martial arts, that first little motion of out is like,
Breaking their concentration.
yes.
Yeah.
So I'll show you, grab me real quick. So here, if I step behind you and then just push, you're gonna go down, right? And even when I do that, so from here, grab.
Yeah. Feel it.
So here, you try. So I'll grab you. And so just to make sure I don't let go, just turn and grab. And you're gonna take this foot and step behind. Yep. And then just, woo.
Oh, that's cool.
Exactly.
All right, so.
So that's
I
for,
just turn and grab, and then like.
yep, and just push.
Yeah. Okay.
And just make sure you get that leg deep behind my leg so that I have something to fall over.
Right.
Because otherwise, I can just take a step back and still be on balance. But if you're behind me, yes, woo! But don't lift your foot up, because that's more of like a judo thing. Yeah, so plant,
Like this. Is that right? Like this.
plant, and then turn your body. No. So turn this way. Yes. Make me go over your leg.
Like that. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because you want to use this leg as a way to break what's
Okay.
called my tree roots.
Yeah, I get it.
You know,
I'm
because like,
staying my power. I'm
Yep.
not like, and this is my actual
yeah,
power.
because
more
the
than
way your
this.
hips are facing,
Yeah.
that's the way. Because if you're going this way, you're crossing
breaking
your
my
hips.
power.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, I get it.
Right? You want to try the other side? No. So this side.
okay.
So this left leg behind my right leg.
Oh, okay. So wait, hold on. So I do want to grab you though.
You can.
I want to grab you like that. This.
Yep.
Like,
And then,
like that.
ooh, yes.
Cool.
So you don't even have to shove as much.
Just more of a like.
Just turning your body.
Oh, turning.
Yeah.
Okay.
So once you get behind me, exactly.
Cool. That's easier.
Yeah. And then, do you remember opposite hand?
It's been a minute.
So opposite hand is your hand on my fingers, and then yes.
And then I drop down.
So kind of, but you want to drop this hand down, but pull that hand up.
Right.
Yes. So you don't actually in this one you don't want to drop.
Drop down.
You want me to. Yep. You want your hands to drop.
Oh, cool.
Because as long as, as long as my fingers get into this wing position, any little pressure turning the wrist up is super painful.
Okay.
Super painful.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this looks super painful when you crush the.
Ooh, it is too. I mean, if you're pushing, so this one, you're gonna push my hand into the elbow and push the elbow. Yes.
Okay.
And really, of all your, again, press from Tai Chi.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, I need to stay with my body more when I'm doing the work because it's so easy to go into the movement and not be with myself.
Yeah. And the most important thing is to be aware of yourself, because being aware of them is good, but if you're not in balance with yourself, they can take back control from you or just push you off balance or do something. But if you're aware of your body and how it's reacting to them, you're always going to be on balance and in control.
Yeah, I'm in my world, not theirs.
Yeah. Even if you start to move, you can readjust yourself. You know what I mean? But if you're so focused on like, you know, I gotta get the technique right, or I gotta do something.
Out of myself, like it's like literally I have no power.
Because also,
back here I know where I am and I can move my.
I could even try to let go or resist. If I add resistance to you, it becomes a whole new dynamic. Versus like if you're just focused on yourself and flowing correctly, there's almost no time for me to do anything else.
Yeah, that to me feels like the most important unspoken thing in like all of these works is like the focus on staying with one's field, one's own field of awareness. Because I know that I have a tendency to go out and be like out here with what's happening out here, but if I stand back and I'm like within myself and then assessing, it's like I am much more grounded.
Yeah, and I feel like when you do that, it gives you that extra awareness sense where you can know if I'm able to touch you or not. So you like, even from back here, you don't even have to do anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
sorry.
no, you're good. Because like a lot of people, they go to meet the attack and they don't really have to meet it all the way out here. So like if I'm out here, I can't do anything. But once I get close enough, now all you gotta do is just redirect my energy, and just make sure you're not in my center line. So see how you are right here? What do I have to do? I gotta do this, or I gotta try to swing around and, but I gotta constantly try to readjust myself.
Right.
If you're constantly moving me out of the way,